No pink, baby. Hands that build, hands that heal. She's not made of mold, she's real. It's dawn. Back before the halls in high school days, she was melting metal in a fiery haze. Daddy shop had that old torch flame. She struck the arc, yeah, she made her name. From steel and sparks to soft spun thread, from rails and welds to yarn and stead. 4 strong kids, yeah, she raised them right. Each one different, but they all shine. She's a hot mess in the best kind of way. Does it all with her hands, lives it bold every day. No pink, no mold, just a custom line, welded and woven, art and design. Crochet queen with a rebel vibe, printed bowls and a paintbrush glide. Spins her thread and she dies with 5 paranormal dreams and holiday wise. She don't wear pink, nah, that ain't her shade. She'd rather rock tools where her art gets made. Sculpting clay, 3D dreams, sewing seams like stitched up beams. She laid down well till she ran those beads, till the body said stop, but the soul still leads. Now she crafts her piece, turns pain into gold. Jack of all trades with a story bold. She's a hot mess in the best kind of way. Does it all with her hands, lives it bold every day. No pink, no mold, just a custom line, welded and woven, art and design. Custom home, not a track home. She's the blueprint, the builder, the spark. No pink, just fire. Dawn Aaron, Loving Hands Creations.
Hey everyone, welcome. Sorry, we were all rocking like crazy in the behind this, the chat and watching all you guys. I get to watch these ladies, groove their little groove.
Silly.
So anyways, you guys, welcome to Real Talk Thursdays. Yes, we are back. I did take some of your guys' suggestions that, started off slow. So I am going to start off slow. I want to bring it back because you know what? This year, I think, has been a little crazy for all of us. So I am your host, Dawn Aaron. Welcome to Dawn Aaron Loving Hands Real Talk Thursdays with my beautiful co-host, Kendall Crochet One Sleeve. And we got my number one trouble down there, Jan, the Alaskan Crafter. So you guys, I want to welcome all of you in and say thank you. So please do not forget to smash those love thumbs because it definitely helps me as a content creator. So you guys, this year has been crazy for all of us. I know it's been crazy for Kendall. I know it's been crazy for Jan. And it's been crazy for a lot of you that are in my chat. And I want to say hello. I know I usually do a welcome to each and every one of you. And I have been watching. And yes, I love you guys.
Oh, Pammy Yellow.
Hi. And then I got Julia. And I've got Sharon. And I've got Linda Padilla. Oh, I can't forget my Deb Dow. Hello, girlfriend.
Deb Dow. I'm not going to call her Deb Dow anymore. I'm only going to call her Deb.
I call her Deb Beautiful Dow. What?
Told her in a video that her Christmas bag was not behaving. It was not staying in line. It is not.
Oh my God. See, you guys, I know that you guys, how do I say it? This year has been crazy. It's been kind of all over the board for a lot of us. We're saying, yes, it's all over with. We're in a new year. You know what? From last year, it kind of traveled over to this year, and it's still going. And you guys, I am big on mental health. I am big on trying to be there for a lot of people and just listen, because you know what? Sometimes some of us has been through hell and back, and some of us are going through some stuff in the later part of our years. So for me, I've been through enough to know, been through a lot of therapy while I'm at it too, but hey, that's what helps a lot. And never be ashamed of the fact that if you are doing therapy or are looking to do therapy, don't be ashamed of it. Don't be embarrassed, because you know what? It is something that is for you and for your mental health. And I know for me this year, like I said, it started off, I just had another loss in the family. So yeah, it's been 2 losses in less than 3 weeks. So it's kind of been a little rough right now. So, I talk about it and then I laugh about it. And that's kind of I wouldn't say I laugh about the passings. I just kind of make a joke and say, hey, you know what? Here it goes. Another crazy year to start with. And that's my way. What?
But you know what?
What?
That person is looking down.
That's true.
Mhm.
And looking down, they see grief. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But they also want to see the great memories, the laughing, even if it's laughing on their expense. Oh, did you see she fell down the
Yeah. And you guys, I'll be honest with you. Have I grieved yet on these passings? No, I still haven't even really done it with my grandmother, but that is just how I handle things. I work through it. I craft, I drown myself in just making things and designing things and staying busy because I know for me and how I handle things, it's best that I do stay busy. And crafting is my savior. I will, well, besides my husband, but he's just my enabler now. But with mental health, the one thing is, yes, I had a lot of passings in the last 6 months. Is it hard? Yes. Will you ever get used to it? No. It's just your new normal. And that's the one thing we have to look at thing is not drown ourselves in the loss of the person, but drown ourselves in the good memories. But also at the fact that it's a new normal, it's a new chapter, and everybody has new chapters. And I know for me, this year's had multiple chapters, and we're still going. But the one thing I wanted to let you guys all know is don't stop. Don't fall into yourself. Don't allow that grief to affect you so much that you start pulling away from people that love you and want to be there for you. I know, your year has been rough.
Do what?
I said, for example, for you, your year has been rough.
It hasn't been fun, that's for sure.
And with you, how did you handle everything?
I don't know. I have a lot of faith that things will get better. But if it wasn't for my husband and my friends here, you and Jan and Denise, a lot of people really, that let me not be in a good. I didn't have to be in a good mood. I didn't have to be smiling all the time, because it's been really rough. There's a lot of stuff people don't even know that has happened. So I'm 63. I never thought some of the things that had happened to us would have happened to us. And if it hadn't been for you and some of my other friends, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah.
And that's not an exaggeration at all. So thank you.
No need to thank you. And then Jan, with you and this year, how has it gone?
I'm going to say it has gone better from the beginning of last year. Actually, it was, anyway, that doesn't matter. I scared myself. I scared Jeffalo. Nothing mattered anymore. I was so sick. My grandson didn't even. Was I happy to see him? Did we, But I'm going to echo Dawn,
Mhm.
the people you go talk to, they are, most of them, they're trained to give you tools. And I know that's a old, but for myself, if I didn't go through this treatment, if I um, didn't get the counselor I have now and the support system from all of the doctors there, the receptionists, I mean, perfectly honest, I wouldn't be here.
And she's not exaggerating about that at all. I know, like, for both of you, last year was rough. I know, speaking from my own roughness, I don't want no more new normals, but am I going to be getting them? Yeah, I think I'm going to be probably getting a lot more, unfortunately.
You know, just a few weeks ago, something happened and it hit me that, you know, my parents are gone, you know, and my mom was my best friend and she's been gone for about 10 years. But something happened and I realized I called Dawn and I could barely talk.
mhm.
And I felt so alone. And I thought, I don't have anybody. And, you know, it's better now. And she, you know, talking to her helped. I do have my sister, but she, as much as I love her, she's kind of flighty. So she's not a lot.
I will
But
agree on
anyway.
that one.
But, and I've seen it. I have gone to a therapist on and off for a year, and I probably need to go back. But, yeah, I mean, it hit me. And so for a few weeks, it's been hard to pretend that, and I say, and it is true, because sometimes it is just me pretending that everything's okay. You know, but like I said before, I'm have full faith that things will get better with time. But I know sometimes I know how it feels. I've been in the hospital for depression and several intensive outpatient therapies for depression. So I know how it feels when you get to the point where it just doesn't matter anymore. And
Yeah.
you think everybody would be better off without you.
And I think a lot of us can definitely speak on that, because I know from experience, I know from being in that, it has never been easy. Like I've shared with you guys, when I had to retire at the age of 34, I felt lost. I felt like I had nothing to give anymore, like my purpose. You know, because your kids are growing up, they're becoming more independent, and you look at yourself and you say, well, what do I have left to offer? If my kids are growing up and they're moving out, what's left for me? And when you take away a career that you love so much, a passion, which mine was welding and blacksmith work, that's always been my passion. For a long time, I just didn't want to be around. And it took a long time, but I'm, you know, if it wasn't for my husband, like now, if he hears me go any kind of quiet, his first thing is, yeah, I'm going to see what's going on. And he'll come in, he goes, okay, you've been a little too quiet for a couple hours. Are you okay? And he knows me when I start shutting down, going quiet. I'm thinking, I'm working through something, I'm trying to understand. I have to go through this process instead of acting out on it, because I know from in my experience, what I know is that I've always been that emotional type of individual. I act out on emotion before I gather the sense. but I'm a very emotional person. And for me to act out on it, my way now is not acting out on that emotion, but to work it out. Whether it's me getting up at 4:30 in the morning and scrubbing the house top to bottom, even though it doesn't need to be done. But it's for me to be able to use a tool that allows me to calm and get into that quiet space that I need. And that's like Jam was saying, the tools that we are given through therapy is real. It works. And my therapy is creating, crafting, designing, trying new things in the crafts. So when things are rough and nobody sees me, that's what I'm doing. I am trying to use those new crafts, those new tools. I'm trying to get an understanding. Yeah, you have, Deb. And
For 52 years,
yeah,
I've been putting that face on. Excuse me. 52, 53 years. Who's counting?
yeah,
But the brave face, I had to raise my children. I had to help my extra child.
hmm
There was always something that, no, can't do that right now. No, can't do that right now. Oh, no, we've got blah, 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 fill in the blank. But jokingly, but serious, I told Jeff, I know why I am fat. Because I don't want anybody to be attracted to me.
hmm
And I know doggone well that that kind of stuff is a power trip.
yeah,
But it went down so deep this time. Yeah, I mean, it did what it did. And I had Don, Jeff, and my counselor. Family, I'm the youngest of 4. And my sister, my oldest sister, is a little over 16 years older than I am. The one that I'm closest to is 8 years older than I am. They grew up in a totally different atmosphere. When I started getting into those ages, that atmosphere had already changed. And we're talking 76 to 78. And everybody now is going, oh, shit like that didn't happen.
yeah.
I beg to differ. But because I'm the youngest, still, I'm 62 years old, but still, I'm told I exaggerate things. I'm a liar. And I don't put up with that anymore.
And you shouldn't have to. And that is the thing. Your feelings are your feelings. And no one should ever have to take their feelings and put it aside or push it down. When you speak about it, and if someone starts making comments like, oh, you're overreacting, they're not taking in consideration of what you're going through. When I tell you guys, if there's something going on, reach out. I'm more than willing to sit and listen and talk. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. If there's something going on and you just need to yell, scream, and shout, I'm one of them be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And that's what a lot of us need, is someone to be there that can just listen without judgment.
Mhm.
Listen to just allow you to speak on what is going on. And that is the problem with society today, is that you go to speak up, you say something, and you're being judged. And it's not right. When people say, oh, this person, and one thing I got to put out there that it can be very offensive, anybody with any type of mental illness, before you say when someone's acting a fool, don't call them that type of mental illness. Because usually when a person is acting a fool, they're just a fool. They're just ignorant. They are that way, and that's their personality. Do not categorize them and say, because you don't know who your audience is. And if you say, oh, that person, he's a schizo, or that person is bipolar, you might kind of want to step back and think about the people around you, because you don't know who is in your crowd that does have those conditions, those mental health conditions. It's an illness, but it can be very offensive. Just like when someone who has a learning disability, like being autistic or something, you've got your high functioning, you've got, on the borderline. And when you go call someone and say they are what they used to say back in the day, it's very offensive. So you guys, when someone's acting a fool, just look at them as acting a fool. Because I know with someone who struggles with certain mental health conditions, I know for me, it is offensive.
Oh,
Because you don't understand. It has nothing to do with that person being cray-cray. It has to do with the fact that their brain is wired differently. And just because my brain is wired differently doesn't make me a certain type of person. It's just how I think, how I process, how I interpret things. But when you have, oh, Pebbles, you guys should never stop. Yeah, Colette, you're right. Sorry, I'm going to get back to your guys' comments here in a second.
well, my comments weren't moving, and then all of a sudden I got a nozzle.
Yeah, mine were too.
So hello to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know with me, like I said, I only met a few other people with the same kind of issue. I wouldn't call it issue, but disease. And it's not easy, because when you are diagnosed with it, I was ashamed to even say anything to my kids. But it explained a lot of things that were going on with me. It explained everything from one high to the next high to the most extreme low. And it's hard to really balance that out with medications. And medication is not a fix for all. It is the therapy to go with it, and you using those tools that are provided to you. And it's good to have friends and family around you that will never ever pass that judgment. And I'm going to quickly go back here. What was it that? Oh, I'm sorry, Mimi, that you were dealing with that. Okay. Yes, Colette. Too much judgment in the world. Yes, it does. It makes you feel even worse than you start. And it does. It does make you feel worse. Pebbles, you should never stop sharing how you feel. And that is hard when you have people that do that and take how you're feeling and twist it and use it against you. Those are people you don't need. You don't need that constant reminder of what you express, because you're opening up and expressing and talking about how you feel because you think it's a safe space. When those safe spaces are taken away, that's when we start closing down and going in on ourselves, and we start being isolated. You don't ever want to be isolated, and it's hard when that happens because you feel like you are alone. And I wish you never had to go through that, Pebbles. I mean, this year has been crazy. Like I said, for me, if it wasn't for having good friends, if it wasn't for the fact that I have an amazing husband and doing my therapy, I'll be honest with you guys, I probably would have shut down my channel. I probably, even though I've been on the verge here lately, but I probably wouldn't be here. And I've been in those situations already. Have I been hospitalized? Yeah, I have been. Because I gave up. I gave up on life. I gave up on everything because I felt like I had nothing. But my husband reminded me that he is still here regardless. So that should give me something. And he's right. I did have something. I had him.
Mhm.
And having him, even though my kids were gone, I still have my children. So that's the one thing you kind of got to, before you make any rash decisions, the best thing to do is go to someone that you feel is safe. Talk with them. Just let them listen.
Even if you have to call that infamous phone number,
Yes.
there's no shame in it, none whatsoever. When I was a telephone operator, I can remember one of my calls, and it was a gentleman. I didn't ask him anything. I didn't ask what his name was. Yeah. But you know what? Just being able to listen or let somebody vent, whatever y'all want to call it. Pebbles, most cities, well, I'm going on my way back when, but most cities had a woman's clinic.
Yes.
And it was or is paid by scale, which means they take what you make and they figure out what you pay. And some of those places,
You don't have to.
you don't have to. They say, bring in an unwrapped toy, bring in some canned goods.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever you can do to support us. I never heard from that man again,
Oh.
but my boss did.
Oh.
And no, not all. My boss, I'm a telephone operator. My boss chewed me a new one. How dare I stay on the phone that long, especially when the queue is getting bigger and bigger.
Oh,
And I mean, this is my boss, but I sat there and I called her a B. I told her to F off. Numerous things. I did not get fired, but after thinking about it, I would have fired me. That was so disrespectful. But on the other hand, don't reprimand somebody for
Exactly.
trying to keep somebody.
Alive. Yeah. And that's,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and that's the one problem we have with society is we make people feel like it's wrong to talk about how you feel. We're not even, and the crazy part is that because of that, we're not even seeing it within our own children that are going and struggling through mental health issues either. And that's the hard part about it, is that we don't even pay attention to the signs because we are so programmed to say, to think we should not speak about feelings, about what is going on with us.
We have reverted so far backwards. We're talking about the 20s, the 30s, you know, a woman, if they were getting close to that age, they would blame it on that.
Yeah.
They would
Menopause.
blame it, they would blame it on their cycle.
Yeah.
I can honestly tell you that my grandmother was depressed. My
Mhm.
mother was depressed. And in those generations, you were taught to shut up.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about your,
No.
we're going to put
Yeah.
you in a home because you've just totally lost it. And all that they really needed was maybe somebody to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is not, and it took me a long time to get to this point because unfortunately, I started tuning into mental health is evil. It's a disgusting word, disgusting phrase, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, I I don't think so anymore. I do think, and trust me, Jeff Loeb is doing hours of research. He was so scared. He, I, I think he may even told this to Dawn. He was afraid to leave the house.
Yeah.
And then when I opened up a month or so ago to what I was really doing, he turned pale
Yeah.
because he didn't know. So please, please try. You know, even if it is a stranger, um, they might not be licensed or they're just there, but they're volunteering to
Yeah.
help. Sorry. I didn't mean
No.
to take
And
over.
no, I'm glad that you're speaking out because a lot of people don't understand it because a lot of people are afraid about speaking out about it. I'm not. When I tell you guys, I have my moments. I do. I have them. I shut down. I go quiet. But the one thing I realize is that you can't do that because when you start isolating yourself, it really starts to affect you emotionally, mentally, and physically. A lot of people don't think that mental health, when you get depressed, is going to affect you physically. It does. It really does. I know from my own experience, it has done a lot of damage. And I just don't want anybody feeling like they cannot speak to anybody. And unfortunately, Julia, I feel so bad that, your doctor doesn't believe in sleeping pills or any, and I understand why they don't. Like, to me, that makes sense because there has been a bad history lately of people on sleeping pills, but at least him talking to you about something more natural like melatonin and stuff like that, and if you can take it and do the research, because there is some natural stuff that you can get. I can't say, I just know from what I've done and all of the research I've done. I can't give that advice, but the advice I would suggest is, if you need someone to talk to and you're feeling a certain way, reach out to someone you feel safe with, someone you trust, whether it's calling that number, whether it is reaching out to a close friend or something like that. Take it serious because mental health is something that we cannot play around with anymore. It doesn't just affect us as adults, our children is affected by it because when we are going through something, it's also affecting our children. And that is something we have to take a look at, because we are losing more and more children to mental health and suicide. And yeah, I know I probably shouldn't say that word, but it's true.
It's an unfortunate reality.
It is.
It is.
Per capita, but per capita, Alaska has the highest suicide rate in the country. Now, that doesn't mean we're a big state, but we are not overly populated. So that's how it's come about, or how they calculated it. But I tell you, some of these poor babies that didn't feel like they could move forward, they could have. But since it's such a what would you call it? A black mark, black
It's
check.
there's a stigma.
Stigma, yeah, black mark, yeah. I don't mean to interrupt you guys.
Yeah.
Our chat will freeze, and if you think we're ignoring, we're not, because our chat for some reason on StreamYard is frozen.
Yeah, it
and
keeps,
it'll
it keeps freezing. I don't know why.
So I'm going to go through it. So please don't think that I'm ignoring or I'm not reading your guys' comments. I am so sorry. I don't know what is going on. Sorry, I didn't mean to
No.
interrupt. I apologize.
No, don't. I was pretty much done. So
Okay. Yeah, Colette, you're right. When people, the worst thing you can say is just don't think about it. No, you have to think about it, because the more you let how you're feeling build up, it gets worse. It really does.
And
Oh,
that's the advice you would have gotten in the 30s, 40s, 50s. I think it's difficult for men to
I know my mom used to tell me, when I would try to talk to my mom, she'd just say, well, suck it up, or get over it. Get over it,
yeah.
So
And you guys, this whole stigma when it comes to men, just don't, men are not supposed to even talk about it. No, it is not right. It is not right at all, because they have feelings too. And you know what? You're human. They're human. They feel the way we feel. Just because you're not a female doesn't mean that because you're a man, you can't speak about how you feel. Why are we always and still constantly telling men and young boys and young men that you don't talk about your feelings? And you know what? My husband has to sit down with our sons and tell them the hard truth that yes, society as men are going to sit there and they will judge you if you even speak on emotions. You know what? To me, it's wrong, because nobody, whether you're a man or woman, should not be able to speak. Men do cry. Men do feel. And we should not be teaching our children, our young boys, our husbands, and teach them that it's not all right. You know what? We got to get that out of there and stop feeding it in to society, to this generation. There is nothing wrong with speaking and talking about how you feel. Just because you do, as a man, speak about it doesn't mean it makes you less of a man.
It makes you more of a man.
It does.
In my eyes and in so many people I know. It makes a big difference. Little story. Let's see. Shayna was 1.5, 2 years old. Jeff's best friend, and Jeff he's antisocial. but in a good way. His best friend died, and his wife called and told him, and they talked just for a little bit. Um, uh, I could see it. I could see that lump in his throat, and I could see him clenching his jaws. And I could see his eyes starting to well up. And I asked him, "What are you fighting? What are you fighting?" And he said, "Well, I shouldn't cry in front of the kids." I hugged him. I told him how much I loved him, and then I chewed him a new one. You have to let the kids know that men have feelings.
Yep.
And to be honest, in adulthood, I can't remember seeing my eldest, well, either of the boys cry. Shayna, yeah, she's just as bad
I'll be
as the
right back,
boy.
you guys. I'm sorry.
That's
No,
okay.
it's all right.
I don't know how you get off here now.
There you go.
There
She's
you
okay.
go.
It
It sucks for men and young boys because they deal with the same thing we deal with. And I know I'm probably going to get a tongue lash or whatever, or this. And look, and you guys, I'm sorry if I'm going to say this. And I try to bite my tongue, but you guys know me. I have a hard time biting my tongue with a lot of things. It takes a lot of strength for me to keep my mouth quiet. But I know I'm going to get backlash when I say this, but this whole thing, I'm trying not to
the
say
way
it.
this world is divided.
Yes. And I find now with the younger generation of females, like the whole woke thing, what upsets me and what is our young children are being told upsets me so much, because we've got young girls who want to be given a job just because they feel entitled, but they also want to be with somebody who's making 6+ figures. But then they're also, don't be with a man who cries. This is why young men this day and age do not want to get married. They don't want to have children. They don't want to do any of that. Go ahead.
If I could, I heard something from a man that explained in my eyes, why women are having such a hard time finding a life mate. And that has a lot to do with that certain generation of men that were dogs.
Yeah.
Or because you're a man, you're a dog and you're treated like one. No respect. Nothing.
And
Now I understand it does go both ways, but now it's gotten bad enough that the men are like, no,
why?
yeah. And
Why?
I sat there and thought about it, and it's like, again, he said something to the effect of, since we were dogs, and now you want to put us on a leash it ain't happening.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one thing that, well, not the one thing, but um, I tried, you guys. I really, really, really did try. We knew the, we knew the minister that married us. And I had a hard time getting a hold of him, and then I forgot. I was going to tell him, take that obey out of our vows, because the only person I obey,
Man upstairs and the one you put a ring on.
no, I don't even obey him. He knew what he was going to get. Don't tell me no, because even if it's going to kill me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go do it. It might take me a few days, but I'm going to get it.
Exactly. There's a comment that I want to kind of speak on really quick. Chris, you said your grandson's fear passing on the bipolar gene. I can't blame him. Okay, so I'm going to speak openly about this.
Mm.
So, the one thing about being bipolar, it is not as bad as people say it is to be. It is how our minds are wired, how our brains are wired. It's how we process things. Being bipolar 1 and 2 with manic episodes of the highs and the lows with extreme depression, if you know the signs and you see certain behavioral things, take them in. Being bipolar does not mean it's the end all for all. It isn't.
No.
Bipolar is just how our brains are wired.
Well,
It is not something to be ashamed of.
no, not at all.
We think differently. We interpret differently. Do we have extremes? We do. But to fear passing it on should not. It is to be there to be that guide and to help them through it if they are diagnosed. Look, I can't even believe I'm going to say this. I know.
Mhm. You know how hard, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The hardest thing that I had to accept was I have OCD, but it's not in a good way. It is in a way that cleaning the house, I can start in this corner. Oh, I don't want that over there anymore. I want it over here. Well, now I work on that corner, and that corner ain't got
Mm-hmm.
hardly anything done. And I would have never, and I still fight it. They say I have PTSD. Obey was taking, oh, good girl. Good for him. I mean, we already knew I have ADD. I'm not hyper. Well, some, but I fixate on things. And I'm learning now that I can only control so much because I was a fixer. I fixed everybody. And what it did to me is definitely part of what happened a year ago.
Yeah.
Because I was so focused on other people's problems, I wasn't dealing with my own.
Exactly.
Well, he didn't make me. He highly suggested that when I worked for Fred Meyers to get a new job, and that came in with, we are having a hard time living with you. Oh, was that ice cold glacial water thrown on me?
Yeah.
So if you are a fixer, if you have to be the one that, whether it's mental health, relationship, whatever, and a person comes up to you and they say blah 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 blah, just listen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to give advice.
No.
Fix you. I know people say, well, that's
You can't fix anybody until you fix yourself and understand what you are going through. Just like you can't love someone the way you want to be loved until you can learn to love yourself.
Mhm.
And if you can't do either of them, it's not going to work for you. I have OCDs. Yeah.
It's like I tell my kids, they have to be happy with themselves or they can't be happy with anybody else. Not going to make somebody else. You're not going to change them. You just have to learn to be happy with yourself.
Mhm.
I have two kids that are have ADHD and severely, and they've had trouble in relationships in the past, and both of them right now are in pretty stable relationship. But that's what I used to always tell them, and it may sound simplistic, but if you can't be happy with yourself, you're not going to be happy with anybody.
Exactly.
And somebody can't come and fix you. You have to do the work yourself.
Exactly. And that's the thing, you guys. Look, I'm a stickler for detail.
No.
I
would never have thought of that.
I have this thing where if I organize something or do something, and I'll be honest with you guys, if I see it out of the way it should be, I have to go back and make sure it goes back to the way it needs to be. So these are some of my challenges. Actually, my husband, my kids still bug me about it till this day. Well, Trisha, I'll come and fix you. I don't mind. And that's why I tell you guys, look, I can be your safe place. I can be there to listen. I can't guarantee, but I will listen. Like I tell you guys all the time, I hold on to hope. I hold on to it so hard. And my husband says, you are the only person I know that holds on to so much hope and so try to be so positive about every outcome. Because that's what I try to do. Am I always good at it? No. But I do. I always tell them, just hold on to that hope, because I truly believe holding on and never giving up, being determined as I am, and persistent as I am, making sure that I will eventually see that light at the end of the tunnel. There always is. There's always that glimmer. It's far off in the distance and it's like a pinhole, but that pinhole gets bigger and brighter. The more you keep holding on, the more you keep being positive about things, that pinhole slowly goes into the size of a marble, to a softball, to a bowling ball, to the point where you can just jump right through that bright light. Look, you guys, I'm not perfect. I went through my struggles. I went through a lot of therapy. I went through extreme highs, extreme lows, and it's not easy. But the one thing I will always guarantee is to be an ear to listen.
Mhm.
I always want to be there because I know that it isn't easy. My girls were growing up. I told them it was okay not to be okay and not to know why. They were allowed to be down or angry or did not, it didn't define them. And that's what I try to always tell my kids. Your mental health, it doesn't define who you are. It doesn't. It's
No,
just another condition,
it's
another disease that you work with.
it is a part of you,
Exactly.
and uh,
It doesn't
I
define you.
no, it does not define you at all.
It gives you more character.
I ain't touching that one.
It
Um,
doesn't define you, but if you're lucky, you do have you do have someone that will notice that there's something wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and um, not let you. Because my thing is when I get upset or I get really really down, I isolate myself. You might not hear from me or see me for I don't know how long. But then if you're lucky, you have someone that won't let you do that.
Yeah,
Um, but and I hope you have somebody like that.
exactly.
and I
And
Because
have
I
to be
didn't for a
careful
very long time. But
because she's got Jeff Loeb's phone number.
yeah, I do. And I'll use it.
Okay, this, and I won't go into a bunch of detail. I've known this lady 20 plus years. And we were just texting. That was it. We weren't talking. We weren't face to face. And she said, I just felt something wasn't up, or something was up, that you were feeling down. She made me cry, y'all. This is a 3D flower
oh.
type thing.
Oh, I know what that's like.
And seeds. And I love these flowers, and so does my daughter.
Oh,
These will most likely be the first thing I plant.
oh. You see that? You
Sweet.
see that? So they know.
Oh,
They know. No wearing slippers when you go out. And you
guess
guys,
what? I did again, and so did Jeff.
do I have to have words with Jeff?
Only if they're loving, kind, and
Not if he's wearing slippers and enabling you to go.
it was graveled.
No, graveled or not, you do not go out in the wintertime with your slippers on because I already seen what happened.
Yeah, I told him. I said, Dawn's gonna
Slipper lid?
not um she gonna be mad.
Yeah, you think? I had to be on the phone when it happened and almost had a heart attack. So I don't need that. Not right now. I got enough going on. But you guys don't allow what illness you have, what condition you have, what disease you have define who you are. Uncle Jeff Love is the best.
Well, he does have a sweet kidney. So
Yes, he does.
just
She didn't fall this time. It was a couple
no. Okay, totally soupy. Um we hold hands everywhere. From the front door to the shed We hold hands.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, well, people tell me that we're too soupy. I don't care.
I don't think so. I think that's
Um,
sweet.
And I always tell him, by grabbing my hand, we're both gonna go down.
That's true.
You do have a point.
That's true.
But
Oh, what? Was
Do what?
in the hospital after my husband tried to, was a couple months old for a few years, and I had to fight for years. Oh, that
Oh my
breaks
goodness,
my
Julia,
heart.
that's terrible.
And that's not right that you would have to fight. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Yeah, you guys, it's not easy. And mental health is a very serious thing that's going on with not just our generation, but for our children.
mhm.
And if there is something that you guys want to talk about on Real Talk Thursdays, we can talk about it. Reach out to me. I'll be the one to bring it up. I don't mind. It don't bother me. I like talking about this. I want you guys to know that when we come in here and I have this is for you to feel safe, to speak up, to say what you have to say without judgment. Because who am I to judge? It's not my place. I am not judge or executioner. I'm just a friend to listen. Go ahead, Jan.
This is not my channel. But I'm sure
Mhm.
that Dawn would agree. If you need to come up, you don't have to show your face. There's a
No.
little button.
That's very true, yeah.
There's a little button. You don't have to show your face.
And you're more than welcome to come up and speak and have a voice. I have no problem. Like, I need to see you before you go up because I need to verify.
Yeah.
Make sure you're
That-
fully dressed and everything. But
73.
I just want you guys. I'm so happy you guys are on. I want to plan it now where everybody can be here because I found that having it so early, it wasn't right. It wasn't fair because then people are watching replay, and I don't want that. I want you guys to be able to interact and be a part of it, and to feel safe, and to talk, and to do what you want to do. And that's why I want to be able, like I said, I'm still waiting on more people if they want to have the Google chat. I was just hoping I got more people who wanted to so that I can go ahead and send out the link. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Pebbles.
Oh my, stop.
So if that is yes, and pants is a must, and a top. Just fully clothed, please.
And not, just something to cover
No.
up the nips. It's gotta be a shirt. Tank top.
I
whatever.
just want to ask or make an observation. I
Hi,
am
Natalie.
in a situation where manic depression was used, then they started using bipolar disorder, thinking it was less offensive. So with that, Colette, the only thing that I find offensive is does anyone else think bipolar is getting a worse? It is. And that's why I had to speak up on it, because when I see someone acting a fool and then someone makes a comment saying, they're bipolar. No, they're not. They're just an ass, plain and simple. They are a fool.
People use it as a catch-all phrase. They don't understand what somebody's acting out, and instead of calling them out on it, they say, "Oh, they're just bipolar," or something like that, or they're just manic, or whatever, and not understanding what they're talking about.
Exactly. So yes, bipolar disorder is getting a really bad rap, and it's not right. It is not fair to those who do suffer from bipolar 1 or bipolar 2 or both. Yes, be kind to yourself. That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
So I am with you, Colette. And does it make me mad? Yeah, it actually pisses me off, because people that does have this on condition and the way we think. We are not these assholes that are out there, these people that are acting like a fool and being jerks and everything. That is not someone with bipolar. Bipolar is just how our brains is wired. And if people start researching and reading and understanding what bipolar disorder is with manic episodes. Why pants? Because I don't want to see all of that. And understand what bipolar disorder is with your manic episodes. And if you don't understand what manic episodes are, or the highs and the lows, research it. Ask questions before you open and say things. And make yourself look like a fool. Because the people around you, you are insulting and not even realizing that you do have people around you that does have it. Pebbles, the crazy thing is I never stop loving. Oh, Julia. Bipolar and borderline personality are the favorites. Exactly. Yes. You definitely hit that.
There's
so
I don't remember the word that they used to use, delusional or whatever. Jeff and I got to talking about that because they were trying to see if I was bipolar. And I asked him, why bipolar? Isn't that like schizophrenia, you know? And he said, no, not at all. But they have new names for things because they have new technologies.
Yes.
And they need to identify them. I mean, being delusional or whatever it was, you don't have to be depressed to be delusional.
No, that's so true. That is so true. It's just think before you speak when someone is acting a fool. Do not throw these serious mental illness or conditions, their names out at someone who's a fool, who is acting stupid, who is just ignorant and rude and a plain old ass. And I'm sorry if anybody here, if I use certain words, I apologize. I'm not trying to offend. But it makes me mad and it upsets me and it's very insulting. Can I get cray-cray? Yeah, I can. But I have a reason. Do I get salty? Oh, hell yeah. Do I get bitter? Oh, yeah, I get so bitter I don't let go. I'm like a dog with a bone that don't let go. But you know what? I'm honest about it.
That's true. That's true.
I tell you guys, I'm salty as hell. I'm bitter. And yeah, am I going to kind of harp on it for a while? I'm honest. I say I harp on it, and I do. But should I be labeled? No. Should anybody be labeled? No. It is just a condition. It is part of who you are, but it never defines who you are.
You are human.
Exactly.
That is your label.
Glad meds have also, yes, meds have made progress, and it you know, and it's great. That's true. I still love mine. Yes, of a narcissist. Yes. Too many ignorant that didn't even try to understand others with differences. Exactly, Colette. And you know, you guys, and that's what angers me is that we're all different. Why do you guys? I always tell you guys, be a custom home, be your own unique individual self, because people are going to love you for who you are. Don't live a lie that you cannot keep living, because you're going to have to just keep being someone you're not every day to so many different people. Eventually it catches up. So why not embrace who you are? Embrace being different. Embrace being custom. I know I am. Look, I can tell you all kinds of crazy custom messes I am, but you know what? It's who I am. And I'm not ashamed of it. You have
shouldn't be.
judgmental people. Yes, to label others without knowledge. Exactly. As a student nurse, I worked in mental health, and the hardest was the bipolar because they were all young, and I knew it was a lifelong, and it is. But you know what? That lifelong condition, this long life, yeah, I should say just condition, because that's what it is. Is it hard? Yes. If you get the right doctors and therapists and medications, it can't be managed. I'm not going to guarantee that, oh, you're not going to have a manic episode. You still do have them, but they are not to the extreme. They are a lot better. You're easier to calm. You're easier to reason with. But the thing is being properly diagnosed. Jan's head was I working on that one? Yeah.
I'm not sure when it was, but I'm fidgety today. Yes, you do.
Mm.
You have a heart of gold.
Um,
Sometimes to a fault, but I love you.
yeah, and you know, and that's the thing with me. I don't. When you have passion, when you have empathy, when you think of others before anything, whether it's in your own life or whatever, that is one trait that is very hard to turn off or to settle down or to tame or any of that. I'm not one of them. But I try to be consistent and equal to everybody. I hope that kind of
Mhm. Yeah, no, that's um
exactly, Denise.
um I was also told multiple times because I don't stay upset for very long, or um somebody does me wrong and it hurts my feelings. I go about it about that long, and then I get mad, horribly mad. And I have words, and I have had more than words. Um, but with all that said, you really should try to hold the upset feeling. And as they say, work it out if you can before you go down a road that could potentially put you in jail.
That's
Mm. So you guys, I have to go on my cell phone because it's not updating again and it's driving me crazy. So I'm trying to go back to where everybody is.
yeah.
Um,
Mine's not updating either.
yeah, it's definitely, and it will do that. Hi, Jaxie. Sorry, don't think we didn't see you. Well, we didn't hear. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Um,
Yeah.
I'm going down to where it left off, so I can borderline personality favorites. Yes. So I have many names. Hold on, I'm going down to everybody. Yes, Colette. Too many ignorant people that don't even try to understand others with difference. And you're right, they don't. You have judgmental people trying to label others without knowledge, and that is true. Oh, there it goes. I see how it is as I start reading from my phone. Like,
It took
where am I? I got to go right back to where I ended with Natalie. Okay, research studies change. Okay, there we go. Hello, Oh, Lilana, how are you? Hi, Jaxie. Sorry.
Hi,
Deb
Trixie.
says she's a sweetheart, even if she doesn't want to say it. I don't know who you're talking about, but sorry. Here we go. Diagnosed was borderline personality. I said I was a result of my life, not a jar of pickles. I needed no label. Oh, that's a perfect saying right there. I like that one. And that is true. That is so true. Hi, Sammy Jazz. Bon Bon. It's difficult to get the proper diagnosis. A lot of doctors get stuck on something and don't bother investigating enough. They jump too quick, wrong solution. Yes, and I've seen that happen. I really did. And the result of it, well, was not good. That individual is no longer with us, and it broke my heart. I worry for my son. So many conditions that are lifelong and won't take a bit of meds or speak to anyone professionally. He has been burned by therapists. I worry for when I'll be there for him. The only thing I can tell you, Diane, is to continue reaching out. Take your time, don't be forceful, and just let him know. Always remind him and let him know you are there. You are always going to be there. If he ever wants someone, that you'll be his lifeline. Just always let him know. Be that constant in his life and give it time, and he will eventually open up, but you just got to let him go at his pace. I was the only starting my second year, but was offered a job for when I qualified. I was so proud of that. That is awesome. I would be too. Okay, question. Now that I can see some, has anyone gotten a hold of the DSM-V?
I used to have one. I have one actually, but it's a very old one.
Sorry for no, never apologize, because nobody here is ever late. So please do not ever think you're late at all. All right. I'm started crocheting using my oh, did you really? That is awesome. I can't wait. So you guys, the one thing I just want to reassure you guys, if you don't have that lifeline, online diagnostic tool and diagnostic tools, yet it's old.
It's
Oh.
it's the book that where they classify different diagnoses. That each diagnosis has a code. Diagnosis related.
Oh.
We were talking about this the other day. You were asking me about a claim.
Okay.
If your insurance claim has the wrong code for that diagnosis, the insurance company won't pay for it.
Yes.
But yeah. So anything that you have always has a code. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, we're just labeled.
Yep.
Oh. A military doctor named PTSD. I lived a war in my home. Oh, Pebbles. I asked Pebbles because DSM-V was published during the last administration, and I don't see any update in the works.
That has been published every year for years.
Yeah. Oh, Diane, I'm reading from my phone, you guys, because this still hasn't updated. Diane said he's 21 with autism. Oh, I remember you talking to me. Tried to kill him and myself, extreme anger issues. I have been trying for years to get him to accept help and meds. He swears he is fine. I'm getting
He probably thinks he's fine.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And that's the thing I realized. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a professional. I just from experience, you guys. I have, how do I say this? So in high school and out of high school, when I was in high school, we had an opportunity to work with people who are, autistic, who did not speak, who were nonverbal, or, in every category. And I enjoyed it. And when I had that opportunity to be able to work with individuals that have certain conditions, it gave me a whole new outlook and perspective on life itself and how to interact with people with different conditions. You know what, Diane? Later I will reach out to you. I'll say that. All I gotta say is there's always different ways of approaching. And, you know, the anger issue is due to not understanding himself. And it's his way of acting out because that's the only way he knows.
Mhm.
And to him, it's right. Because, like I said, you know, people with bipolar, our
Can't
brains,
force somebody that doesn't want to accept help.
exactly. So that to him, that's the norm, even though it's not.
Even though it's not normal, but to him it is.
Exactly. And that's his way of expressing what he's feeling. This is just what I learned. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I'm just saying, speaking from experience and everything like that of different interactions. I guess that's about feels out of control. Oh, hold on. I'm going back to you guys. This is why I like Dawn Realtor. Oh, and I want to bring it back. I want us to have more of this because it is good to be able to sit and talk to people who've been through it, and has maybe have you see something in a different perspective. Actually, a list of questions. A doctor would, yes, definitely. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. Keep it real, and that's the only way to do it. Because if we are not honest with each ourselves, how can we be honest with anybody else? And when we're not accepting, then nobody else is going to be accepting. Published during the last one. Okay, I read that one. He's okay. I read that one. I'm just trying to go through it. What is it? It's getting hard to get mental health support. And oh, is it really, Julia? That is not good. Yes, Chris, they will use it. Wow. So you guys, like, it's nice to know, like, learning this from all of you guys and being able to talk with you all and understanding that was my job for 15 years. Wow. Hello, Patricia. How are you? Your package went out. Just saying. It does feel out of control. Yes. And that's the thing, Diane, keep trying. Never give up. And that's what I keep telling you guys. Don't ever give up. It's not easy, but you know what? Holding on and trying, and sometimes you gotta try a trillion times before you get a good result. But you know what? It helped you learn and understand what does and doesn't work.
Yeah.
Anything you ladies would like to share? Yeah, I know you're like, oh, there's lots to share. Lots to share.
Truly, you are seriously not alone.
Yeah.
But be strong enough. Try to be strong enough to reach out to somebody. And if that means make sure it's someone you trust, especially in the beginning. Mental health is a condition.
Yeah,
I don't want to say an issue, but it becomes an issue in your life.
it does.
Like I told y'all earlier, I have been living for 52 years with all the crap. Sometimes it would come out, I'd go see a counselor. No, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Couple years later, I've got it back down there. I'm good.
Yeah.
But it has taken me years, decades to actually find a counselor who she's been through some of the same struggles that I have. And she's honest about it, very honest. But the one thing that she does remind me of is this is not forever,
Mm-hmm.
only unless you make it forever.
Yep. So you guys, don't give up. Things do get better. There is people out there that do understand. I leave my door open for all. If you reach out and say, could we video chat? Could we talk on the phone? Whatever. I'll be like, okay, not a problem. Why you smirking over there?
Let me find it again. Chris says normal is just a setting on the dryer.
Oh, that is so true.
That's true.
Written by Irma Bombeck.
My daughter had severe depression when she was 14, told me she didn't want to be here anymore, and I had no idea.
You know,
That hits hard there.
it does hit. Um, both of my biological children have depression and anxiety. My son has done too much research. And in his research, it's all in your mind. And I'm waiting for him to say that to me because trust me, he's going to be 38 years old, but I'm going to go beast on him.
You kind of have to sometimes.
He's larger than I am. He could whoop my butt in a heartbeat. But don't tell somebody that it's all in your mind. I will deck you and lose you teeth really quick.
That breaks my heart, Lilana. And it is hard because I know for children, and you know what? Believe it or not, kids at the age of 6, they do struggle. They do, believe it or not, they do go through it. So always keep your eyes open, always pay attention, never go with the old ways of things and think, he's just a dude. Guys don't need to cry and they're going to be weak if they do. Flush that old thing out because men do have feelings.
I have two close in the family, 3
That's good.
that have worked first responder. And one of them is a cop. And they are taught in the academy, just let it go. If you have to see somebody, we've got blah, 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 so on and so forth. And to an extent, Jeff, paramedic, he has seen everything except for I asked him point blank, how do you not see what's right in front of you? And he said, I'm not
Hi,
there
Linda.
to look at I'm not there to look at it. I'm there to help this person get out of it. So my brain is saying, what do I need? What do I, blah, 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 blah. In the fire department, and I'm sure at the police station, everybody knows what you're going through,
Yeah.
but some of them are douchebags.
Yeah.
Excuse my. So,
I'm sorry, Bonbon. Yeah, that there has been some that have done things like that. And it's hard to see that happen. It's hard to know that it's happened. And I'm sorry that you went through that. Hopefully things are getting better. Not all are bad. Unfortunately, she probably got a bad one that kind of found a way to manipulate. Because there is some. I'm not saying they're all like that, but there is some that do play on that can manipulate. And unfortunately, it does happen. Had a therapist say that she did not know what to do with me. I reacted differently in different. You know what? And that's what bothers me.
bye.
Yeah, every situation, every relationship is different. It is not a cookie cut way. Nothing is cookie cut. What you read in a book is not what is right here and what you're dealing with. They can only read and understand and learn. But what you read textile in your text or any of that is not what's reality. That is just the blueprint. Unfortunately, there are some therapists that are like a dog with a bone, go down one track and just won't let it go and investigate to exactly. You guys obviously saw what happened in BC. So sad, heartbreaks. Yeah, I did. And unfortunately, that is another hard thing because, you know, when you see stuff like that happen and innocent children are harmed, yeah, or just anybody who don't deserve it is harmed, it does break my heart. So yeah, I did watch it, Donnie, back home, and it's hard. It even here, it's getting hard, and unfortunately, this is what it has come down to. And only way we can make a difference is if we stop being so blinded and start helping
Sorry.
and not continue to allow the negative to enter our children's minds, to influence us. And once we start realizing that we're all a pawn in a big game, then you guys will see and understand we can make a difference. So stay strong and never give up. So you guys, I don't know if you guys want to do this next week. I don't know if you guys want to do it every week or every 2 weeks. I know we've been on here for a little while, and like I said, you guys, I'm always here. Email me. If you need to talk, just reach out. Like Kendall never knew me from the man in the moon, and she was going through something and just reached out. And I don't have a problem. I'll listen. It's not going to go anywhere.
It had a nice, kind smile.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Please.
But you guys, never give up. Who you are is who you are. Being different, I'd rather be different. I'd rather not be like everybody in this world.
Nope.
I like the fact that I can be a little cray-cray. I can be a little salty. I can be like a dog with a bone, but I still have a heart and I still love. And I'm not going to change it. Could I stay bitter for a while? Yeah. But like Kendall tells me, oh, Dawn, you know you're not going to... Yeah, take a chill.
That's the other one. Or
Yeah. Or she'll say, "Oh, Dawn, please, you know you can't stay mad for long. You know it's not. You don't have it." She always reminds me of that. But the one thing I will say, if you do need to talk, you've got people here. If you don't have that safe place, we can be your safe place. If you want a chat where we can set it up and we can have that safe space outside of here, I will set it up. I was just really waiting for more to see if anybody else is interested in that. I want us to have a safe place. I want us to be able to talk, vent, craft together, anything. If you have questions, let me know, because I do have it ready. I will have it sent out. Like I said, I just wanted to get more participants. So you guys, all of that said, hold on to hope. Never give up, because there is people around that will be there for you. And if you need that support to hold you up and to get through another day, I definitely don't mind being that person that will help you up. And I know these ladies definitely wouldn't mind being that person to hold you up, to help you get through another day.
I will do
I'm
my
always
best.
around.
You'll
I'm
do.
always around.
I will do my best, because I'm still going through some pretty serious BS, and
Yeah.
I'm still actually getting my treatment.
And you're doing good.
So I will try. If you reach out to me, I'm not going to ignore you.
No.
You might get something like, I can't do that right now, or
Yeah.
I can't do this right now.
Or she'll just
Yeah.
tell you, go call Dawn, because she will sit and listen.
Yeah, I could do that too.
But
But honestly, for everybody who, I mean, even the folks around somebody may need may need to have somebody to talk to. I with what I was diagnosed with, it also comes along with being asked multiple times, are you homicidal? Do you want to go out and hurt somebody?
yeah.
And my answer in the beginning was, I'm hostile. I'm not ready to take somebody's life, but I sure in the hell would like to punch him in the throat.
Yep.
I feel that way sometimes.
Yes. Oh gosh, that's others who suffer multiple diagnoses. It's almost hard as he is giving a diagnosis. Hold on, I'm almost done, sweetheart. Sorry, my son just got home. So is there any last words? Like I said, if you guys are wanting to reach out and be a part of this, I will definitely start forwarding everything out. Any last words, Kendall? And yes, you're right,
The thing I
Sharon.
say all the time is, and this is part of the reason why, is please be kind, because you don't know what somebody's going through. And it could make a difference. It could make a huge difference in their life. Just a kind action, a kind word.
Oh, Pebbles. I'm sorry, Pebbles. Well, Pebbles, always know that I'm there. So if you need to, definitely reach out. Anything you got to say, Jen?
It all starts in you, and you need to take care of you. Now, I know everybody says you got to take care of you before you can take care of others, and we all know that's BS.
Mm-hmm.
But take 2 minutes out of your day just to sit, take in some deep breaths, and tell yourself, I'm going to be okay.
Exactly. And you guys know, I preach this. I've said it to my kids. My son is sitting right there being a torment. Don't be that track home. Be that custom home. Be your own unique individual self. Because being someone who you're not, it's harder to keep up with than being someone who you are. So be unique, be custom, be individual, and people are going to love you for you. So if you guys
And-
are interested, by all means, email me. Go ahead.
And if they don't,
It's their
you don't
loss.
have to, exactly.
There, I summed it up. So I love you all, and I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. And I hope you did enjoy the live tonight. And like I said, if you guys wanted every week, let me know. Every second week, let me know. Leave a comment, and definitely smash those love thumbs because you guys know I love you. So have a beautiful night, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Have a good night. Love you guys.